Bueno, ese es el interior, es el salón principal de los estudios Pixar. Aquí es donde ocurre la magia, donde se hacen esas películas increíbles que a todos nos gustan. Y bueno, como estamos hablando de Toy Story 3, miren, han construido la casa de Ken a tamaño real. O sea, como si yo fuera Ken, así como, bueno, Ken Sarte sería yo. Pero bueno, no importa, no solamente la fachada, sino también el interior, que lo han hecho igualito. ¿Quieres ver cómo es por adentro? Vengan conmigo. No sé si estará Ken o Barbie.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Welcome to Ken's Dream House.
Ken me dijo, vienes a la casa, sírvete lo que quieras. Me ha traído acá algo de comida, no sé, vamos a ver. Hasta me ha dejado acá un pedazo de todo. Vamos a ver. Bueno, lo que pasa es que en el mundo de los juguetes todo es de plástico. Oye, en ascensor y todo, hemos llegado aquí a la casa de Ken, el segundo piso. Estoy acá con uno de los soldados de plástico que está chequeando que nadie se vaya a pelar nada, algún muñeco malcriado, así. Bueno, tenemos toda la moda de Ken. Por ejemplo, ¿qué tal? ¿Ah? Su traje de lentejuelos para las cosas, ¿no? Los eventos importantes. Su traje de karate, astronauta. Tiene, por ejemplo, sus gorritos así. ¿Qué tal? Bueno, todos los detalles curiosos que utiliza Ken en la película los vemos acá. ¿Por qué? Porque tiene un romance con Barbie, pues. Ese es uno de los atractivos humorísticos de esta nueva cinta. Y además está Buzz Lightyear, Woody, el chanchito, Rex y todos los juguetes favoritos en la nueva aventura de Toy Story en tercera dimensión. ¿Qué tal si dejamos un ratito toda esta casa de plástico y hablamos con el director de la película, que nos va a contar más secretos de Toy Story 3 aquí, en los estudios Pixar? I saw the movie last night and it's like, it's fun of course, it's visually of course, but for me it's like so touching. How do you work? How many years? Like 11?
Well, it's just over 4 years to make the movie. It's been 11 years since Toy Story 2.
11 years is the last time. So how do you work with this world 11 years later?
Well, you know, we wanted to make a Toy Story 3 right after Toy Story 2, but it just didn't happen for years and years. And then finally, about 4 years ago, we came up with what we thought was a really good idea for the film. We had Andy grown up and about to head off to college, and we thought that was just a really emotionally right place to tell this story.
In the movies, there's no time. The first frame from the movie could be 2 years later.
Or 2 days later.
Exactly.
Right.
So why do you decide to finish the story?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, I think the fact that it had been so many years since we had made Toy Story 2, it's that Andy would be grown up after all these years. But also, we wanted to give the toys a big problem, right?
Okay.
Now, for a toy, the most important thing in the world to them is to be played with by a kid, right? And anything that keeps them from getting played with gives them stress. You know, they never want to be broken or lost. And we thought, what would give a toy the most stress? Well, it's your kid growing up and going off to college and never wanting to play with you again. And we wanted to see how Woody and Buzz and the rest of the toys would react in that situation.
Also, one thing I loved was the Spanish boss.
Bitácora espacial.
Why do you choose Spanish from Spain?
Right.
Rather than, I don't know, Spanish from Latin America or French or Italian, Japanese, I don't know.
Well, it started with a joke. We thought it would be funny for Buzz to accidentally get switched into a mode where he only spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
I wanted him to not only speak Spanish, but to behave in a very kind of Spanish way, be like a Latin lover. And I had one of my animators, Carlos Baena, who's from Madrid, start exploring that physicality, and we watched a lot of flamenco dancing and bullfighting, and this kind of very Spanish, from Spain, kind of physicality emerged. And so we didn't want it, we thought it would be weird to have, you know, Mexican Spanish dialect mixed with that physicality. I wanted to keep it very pure.
Tell me about the 3D. How do you work with the technology now how do you move the camera or create your environment? So, you know, all this new adventure with the 3D.
Sure. Well, the cool thing is that I don't have to think any differently. I don't throw any gimmickry into the 3D. I'm not interested in having things fly out of the screen into the audience. In my mind as a filmmaker, if the audience is distracted by the 3D and paying attention to it, then I've kind of failed as a storyteller, because I want the audience to be forgetting they're even in a movie. I want them to be lost in the world and the story. So I use a very light hand with the 3D, and I think of it as more as kind of a portal into the world, like a window into a dimensional world. It's something that's cool. It's cool to look at, but it never overshadows the storytelling.
Congratulations for Toy Story 3, and
thank you.
Everybody in Peru will love it. So
awesome.
Thank you for that.
Good meeting you. Thanks.
What?